This morning, Kendra Witthaus, the director of the Sleep Center, St. Mary's Sleep Center to be exact, has come and joined me to talk to me about the fact that this is National Sleep Awareness Week. And earlier today, we talked about some facts and myths of sleep, as well as some fun facts about women and when we look our tired, the most tired. So starting today, what's some things that people may not know about sleep?
Well, I think obviously this weekend is going to mark a time change where we spring forward, and often that leads us into the thought of, oh, I'm going to lose an hour of sleep and being sleep deprived. Really, I think the biggest myth that we have is that we get the mindset that we need 8 hours of sleep. Well, in reality, that's not necessarily true for everyone. It's really individualized, and each age group really probably requires just a little bit different. Starting with our kids usually require much more, especially our adolescent kids and our children, which in order to really go through the whole sleep stages, usually about 8 to 10 hours is better for them. As you move into more of your teenage years, around 9 hours seems to be better. And then for our adults, about 7 to 9 hours seems to be about better. But that's not a magic number. I can usually get by with about 7 hours of sleep and be just fine, whereas others may get by okay on less than that, or even more than that is required. Really, the hallmark for that is if I can wake up spontaneously and kind of feel refreshed, then that's probably enough sleep for me.
That would be nice. Just sleep till you wake up.
That's right.
Not have that alarm interrupting it all the time, wouldn't it? Because yes, a lot of the studies that I've read show that less than 7 hours is bad and more than 9 hours is bad.
Yes, there are studies that do show both of those things, and really it kind of is eerie to think that too much sleep could be bad. In reality, they don't really know if it's the too much sleep is bad or if it's really the detriment of other underlying medical disorders that causes you to want to sleep. People who suffer from diseases, suffer from psychological disorders, sometimes feel like that they need to sleep longer. It's really not the amount of sleep, it's really about the disease process. And those that actually sleep less than 7 hours or so, we really put ourselves at risk for kind of shortchanging ourselves for the very things that we need that is important during sleep, such as the ability to have good memory, learning, to be able to do fine things with your fingers, your dexterity, your critical thinking skills. All of those things develop during your sleep. You're able to by having restorative sleep, you're able to follow through and have the ability to act in the way that you should in a high-performing job.
Okay. Well, coming up later in the show, I'm going to have you and your partner that you brought in, Sarah, talk about some things that affect your sleep, caffeine, etc., as well as sleeping disorders and how to know if you have one. That's coming up later in the show.